Here's my audience.
Oh, you're actually
Cool.
In 2012, Panda Express earned $1.8 billion in sales, which made it the leader in the Asian quick service category of restaurants. We've all probably been to Panda Express. Chinese food is a worldwide phenomenon and is especially popular in America. However, have you ever thought about what actual Chinese cuisine is like? China has many regional cuisines that use several staple foods along with various different ingredients and cooking styles. In China, food is an important part of culture, and if you don't know the difference between lo mein and la mein, you could look like an insensitive Laowai, or foreigner. I will teach you about Chinese food and cuisine. I have done research into the various different aspects of Chinese cuisine in order to give you an accurate knowledge on the topic. I will start by discussing several staple Chinese foods, and then move on to the cuisines of major regions in China from north to south, to east to west, and finish by talking about some minority cultures' cuisines. In order to go in depth into the various regional cuisines, we must first discuss staple foods used throughout China. Staple foods are used in almost every region of China. Rice is one popular staple food. It is served with almost every meal and is grown in wet paddies in the southeast. Noodles are another popular staple food. They are typically mixed with regional sauces, vegetables, and meat. There are many different styles of noodles. Jiaozi is also a popular food. Jiaozi means Chinese dumplings. They are often filled with various meats, vegetables, nuts, or fruits, which vary by region. Now, with an understanding of the basic foods that are used all throughout China, let's begin looking at cuisines in different specific regions, starting with the north. Northern China's cuisine is based on wheat and vegetables and is often described as salty. Northern China includes the Henan province and the national capital, Beijing. Wheat products are very common in northern cuisine. For example, jiaozi are especially popular. Mantou, which means steamed bread, is also a staple of northern China. Beijing is also famous for its love of duck. Peking duck was a delicacy in ancient China and was enjoyed by the wealthy and royal. Today, the skin of the duck is considered a delicacy. Northern China is also home to Shaolin vegetarian cuisine. It was developed by Chinese Buddhist monks who were forbidden from eating meat. Now we will move from the north to the south. Southern China's cuisine is based on rice and fruits and is often described as sweet. This part of China includes the Guangdong province and the city of Hong Kong. The main ingredients used in southern cuisine are based on the available resources. Fruit is common and popular and gives this cuisine its sweet taste. Near the ocean, fresh seafood is also extremely popular. Chicken is the final part of Guangdong cuisine. In the south, chefs make sure that the presentation of their dishes is as tasteful as the dish itself. They often make artistic arrangements of ingredients. Also, many different cooking techniques and dishes originate from southern China. For example, stir-frying is a cornerstone technique in Cantonese cooking. Now we move from the streets of Hong Kong to the shores of eastern China. Eastern China's cuisine is based on rice and seafood and is often described as sour. The Jiangsu and Zhejiang provinces form the eastern part of China. Eastern cuisine is similar to southern cuisine, but has a much stronger dependence on seafood. Some common dishes include scallion stewed sea cucumber and jadeite shredded fish. From the shores of East China Sea, we move to the basin of China's west. Western China's cuisine is based on peppers, rice, and mushrooms, and is often described as hot. Most of Western China is comprised of the southern Hunan province and the Sichuan province. Sichuan is famous for its use of spices and peppers, and Hunan is renowned for soups. In Sichuan, they often use spicy chilies and light cooking techniques such as sautéing and dry braising. In Hunan, they have mastered the art of soup making and are also noted for their strongly flavored meals. Western Chinese dishes are very unique. One example is Sichuan pamo tofu, which is a spicy bean curd cooked with some of the hottest peppers on earth. I've discussed the main cuisines of China. but there are thousands of minority cuisines. Of these thousands of unique minority cuisines, the two most famous are Tibetan and Uyghur cuisines. The Tibetans and Uyghurs populate the harsh, far western edge of China. Specifically, the Uyghur people live in the Xinjiang province in northwestern China, which is covered by mountains and deserts. The Tibetans live on the Tibetan Plateau, which makes agriculture difficult because of the cold temperatures and high altitudes. These two cultures have very distinct cuisines. The Uyghurs use mainly grain and mutton. The Tibetans also use mutton but eat yak, grow barley, and harvest dairy products. They produce some very unique dishes. One popular Uyghur dish is polo, which is rice and mutton eaten with the right hand. They also make naan bread, which is a type of flatbread bread that is popular throughout Central Asia. Because the Tibetans required a diet full of fat and calories, a traditional food includes po cha, which means butter tea. Now that we have covered the major and minor cuisines of China, let's review. Knowing about different regional cuisines will impress Chinese and Americans alike. I discussed China's many regional cuisines that use several staple foods along with various different ingredients and cooking styles. You should now be able to describe staple Chinese foods, northern, southern, eastern, and western cuisines, and a few minority cultures' cuisines. I hope that you are ready to show off your extensive knowledge and show your Chinese hosts that you aren't just a senseless lawai.